Hey guys, I'm back with another tutorial video. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you 4 different living room designs that you could add into your own builds. So here's living room design number 1, here is number 2, this is number 3, and right here is number 4. So I'm going to be showing you the construction of the room itself, as well as all of the furnishings. So there's going to be some timestamps on the screen right now, so you can skip to a specific part in the video if you want a particular room. Or if you just want to know how to do the furnishings for a particular room and don't necessarily need to know how to do the construction of the room, you can then skip to that specific part in the video for the furnishings. So let's go ahead and get right on into building each room. So here we have the plot size for living room number 1. So it's going to be a 15 by 16 block space. Now keep in mind where the white concrete is, that's where we're going to be placing our interior walls on top of. So all the grass space within this 16 by 15 block space is actually all the space needed for the room itself. I went ahead and gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using just for the construction of the room first. So be sure to go ahead and grab some dark oak wood planks, green concrete, light gray concrete, white stained glass panes, chiseled quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs and smooth quartz slabs, white concrete, spruce wood, jungle trapdoors, and some sea lanterns. So we're going to start by bringing up the walls first. So make sure you have your spruce wood, the green concrete, and the chiseled quartz blocks. We're going to start with the spruce wood. And the side that I'm facing right now is where the doorway leading into the living room is going to be. So I head on over towards the right, starting here at the corner of the plot size. We'll place 2 wood blocks on each side. Now I'm going to continue with that layer of wood and wrap it around the sides and towards the back. And you just want to make sure that all of the wood is facing in the same direction. So don't place any on their side like that and have all the other ones facing up. As you can see, that just looks a little bit weird, so make sure to just go on each individual block and make sure they're all facing in the same direction. I'm also going to add another layer of the spruce wood right on top of this layer, and then we'll have a layer of the chiseled quartz, and then 3 layers of green concrete. And if that looks good, now let's grab our green concrete. We're going to have a layer right here where this opening is, all the way at the top. And now, grab your spruce wood, and I'm going to start shaping out the doorway. And if you're adding this room into one of your own builds, you can have the doorway however wide you want. But for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm just going to have it the same way that I had it at the original version. So we're going to place 5 of the spruce wood facing up. So just bring it up to where that green concrete is. And then we'll go right underneath that green concrete and continue adding a layer all the way from one side to the other. And make sure it's all facing in the same direction. Alright, so it's all up and down. And then we'll have a corner like that. So it looks like an arch. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and have an additional layer of green concrete on top of all of the walls here. And then we'll grab the white concrete and fill all of the space in here at that top layer. So this is going to be the ceilings. So it's looking like that so far. Now one thing that I like to do is just double up all my walls for my builds. That way you can have whichever color walls you want on the inside, and the outside won't have to be that same color. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Make sure you have your spruce wood, and we're just going to follow along where our doorway is and just add an additional layer. Let's be sure to have a layer of green concrete right above the doorway like that. So we can now place the rest of our spruce wood blocks in the same direction. Makes it a little bit easier to do it like this. Okay, now I'm gonna go all the way around the sides and just add one more layer of green concrete. So I'll start here and just wrap it all the way around. So you can see the original version is all a solid wall of solid wall of green concrete, not white. So I'm just gonna bring this up until we are one block above the top layer here, and then we'll cover up the entire top with the layer of green concrete. So obviously, you're probably not going to be doing this because you're going to be either adding this room into one of your own builds, or maybe just getting an idea for the furnishings. So this is just a little example of something you could do for your builds, is just double up all your walls. Alright, the entire outside is now all filled in. Let's head on to the inside. I'm gonna grab some sea lanterns and just add a little bit of light in here. And I'm gonna start deleting this layer of the grass, as well as, or we'll start it right here. So we're also going to be deleting this strip of the white concrete, and then all of the other grass, and we'll be replacing it with the dark oak wood planks for our floors. The floors are now filled in, so that all looks good. Now I'm going to be adding some windows, and obviously if your room can't have windows, or if you can't have them in the same spot as mine, then feel free to either just not do them or add them where you could actually have them. But I'm gonna go ahead and carve out 6 spaces over here, leaving 1 space towards the right and at the bottom, like that. We'll go ahead and do that on this side as well. We'll fill this in with white stained glass panes on that outer layer. And that looks good. Now we're going to skip over towards the side 6 spaces for each window. So we'll start over here. So we're going to skip 6. So we're starting here on the 7th block. We'll carve out 6 blocks here. So there should now be 6 spaces in between these windows. So actually we're left with 2 spaces here at the back side. So just keep that in mind. So we have 2 spaces, so we're starting it here. Alright. So that's just a little extra thing you could add, if you can. Now I'm going to start doing the crown molding, so make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs. We'll go up here at the ceiling, and just have a layer of the upside down stairs along the top all the way around the edge. But here at the back, make sure to leave 1 space. So we're bringing it here and leaving this space empty because we're actually going to have the fireplace here with a bunch of quartz. So it's going to be pretty much like an extra layer to the wall. So we want to make sure just to have an extra space there so that we could have all of that detail. So just like that. And then we'll continue this along towards the front again, and then wrap it around this final side. Now be sure to have your smooth quartz slabs, and we'll go on each side and skip over 3 spaces. So here at the left, we'll skip over 3, so we're on this 4th block, and I have just a strip of the slabs from one side to the other. We'll go right here, do the same thing. So we're left with 4 spaces in the middle, and then 3 spaces here on each side. Now, we'll look at this wall, pretty much the side wall where the windows are. We'll skip over 2 spaces, and have a row here. We'll go more towards the front, still facing the wall where the windows are, and we'll do the same on this side. So we have 2 spaces on each side, and then 4 right in the middle. Now where each one of these slabs connect, we're going to have an additional slab just to add a little bit of extra detail there. Now let's use the sea lanterns and the jungle trapdoors and add our lights in the ceiling, and then after we do that, we'll head on to the furnishings. So the sea lanterns will have just 2 right here, we'll have 4 in the middle, and then another 2 here. And what I like to do is just have maybe a trapdoor like that, and that so these ends here where the handles are facing in the same direction pretty much, like they're connected. We don't want like one there, there, and maybe like that, where all of the handles are in different directions. I think it just looks a little bit weird. So I think it looks a bit neater just to have it something like that. Okay, so there we go. We'll go ahead and remove these. So now I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using for the furnishings, and just to let you know, I did end up grabbing this light gray concrete for the construction of the room. We didn't quite use it just yet, but we will be using it now. So just to let you know, if you're wondering why we grabbed it, we haven't used it yet, but we will here in just a second. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to scroll through all of the blocks we're going to be using so I don't have to name each one off. And I'll see you guys in a second, and we'll start building. So let's start doing everything here at the back wall first. So pretty much the wall where the fireplace is going to be. Make sure you have your full blocks of the smooth quartz. We're going to go on each side and just place a strip of the blocks going all the way up until we meet up with the crown molding. Do that on this side as well. And now we'll skip over 3 going in and do another pillar. Now in between each space of 3, we're going to have 3 full blocks of quartz. And then we'll grab these stairs. We'll have an upside down one at the bottom in between those. And then we'll go an extra space above that and have 2 more upside down on each side. And now at the top in between each space of 3 again, we'll continue with 3 upside down quartz stairs just to fill in the remaining space. Now this is where we're going to be using the light gray concrete. You can see the green concrete here at the top, and then the wood down here is going to be replaced with the light gray, pretty much to kind of act as a backsplash for these spaces. I think it just adds a bit more. Alright, that looks good. Now make sure to have your smooth quartz slabs. We'll line up where each one of these pillars are and just have a layer of these slabs here at the bottom, so a total of 6. And then we'll grab these smooth quartz stairs. We'll place one facing up, just towards the side of this pillar, and then upside down. Same on this side. And then we'll do that again right on top of those stairs. Now with your full blocks of quartz, go right behind the crown molding at the same layer and add 4. And then with your smooth quartz stairs, you want to make sure to place one on its side right above the other stairs. Have it facing up, and then we'll have 2 in the middle to curve them all together, like that. Now with your stairs, place 2 more upside down right underneath that. So we have a layer of 4 right here. And then underneath that, for these 2 spaces, we're just going to have an upside down stair on its side. On each side, just like that. So now we have the overall shape for the fireplace and the shelves on each side. So that looks good. Now let's delete these 6 blocks here behind these stairs. So just deleting this extra layer, like that. And then you can see the exterior wall here, I'm also going to delete. And we'll replace all of this with the smooth quartz blocks. So, like that. And then on the sides here, you can see the wood and some quartz. So delete those 3 blocks and replace those as well. And we'll go ahead and do this green concrete just in case if we still can see it. And then we'll delete these 4 blocks here on the floor. We'll replace that with the netherrack. and then make sure to have your flint and steel. And just in case, before you light the fireplace, make sure you have fire spread turned off. So, go ahead and have your flint and steel like that. So now we have a cool fireplace here. So that looks good. And now on the outside, I would normally have a chimney right here. So that's why there's just some random quartz. So you can see on this side, I would normally have the quartz going all the way up. I would add some extra layers here and add a cool chimney. So you could do a cool chimney design there where the fireplace is. But that is for the back wall. Let's go ahead and start doing the actual furnishings now. So in each corner where the doorway is, we'll just have a jungle log. Place one facing up on each side. On the sides of that, we'll just have these jungle trapdoors. And then we'll have 3 oak leaves, or maybe even just some jungle leaves, like that. So those are some bushes in the corner. Now, on each side in between the windows, we're just going to have some tables that are going to be 4 blocks in length. So make sure you have your quartz stairs and quartz slabs. And we're going to leave one space away from each window. So we'll be right in the center. We'll have maybe a stair there and another one curving into it, a slab, and another stair. Just a cool little design like that. One space away from each window, so it's just 4 blocks like that. We'll do the same on this side. So we'll have a stair, stair, slab, and stair. Now let's grab the gray concrete. We're going to start shaping out the couches, as well as the spruce wood stairs and spruce wood slabs. So we'll start with the gray. We'll pretty much pay attention to the table. We'll be 2 spaces away from it and then 1 space further than the edge. So we're going to place a gray concrete block right there. So you can see we're 2 spaces away from the table, 1 block over the edge of it. We'll go towards the other side and do the same thing just like that. So it's a total of 6 blocks in length. We'll have 1 block on each end, pretty much like as an armrest. And we'll do the same on this side. Let's go ahead and grab the quartz slabs. We'll fill this in, kind of like the cushion of the couch. We'll have the table right in the middle, so a total of 8 slabs like that. And then let's grab these spruce wood stairs. We'll place a sideways one on each corner, and then upside down right in the middle in between those, and then slabs on top of those upside down stairs, and then a slab on each end where the armrest would be. We'll do the same on this side, so a stair like that, and that, upside down right in the middle, slabs on top, and then slabs on each side. Now I'm going to be using the green glazed terracotta, and I'm going to cut out a hole in the floor and replace it with this block so it looks like a rug in the floor. I thought it was a cool little feature. So go all the way around the edge of the couches, just 1 block all the way around. And then we'll delete all of the wood right here in the middle. Okay, and now I just want the pattern with the terracotta. So let's see. We pretty much have to rotate in the direction. So there we go, just so all the lines connect. As you can see, there we go. So it would be like that, that, and pretty much just back and forth. Once you find the lines, you just go back and forth and connect it all together. And that looks good. I like it. So it looks like a cool rug right here where the couches are. So now the final thing we really have left to do is just all of the little decorations on top of the tables and where all the shelves are, where the fireplace wall is. So real quick, let me be sure to actually grab some birch trap doors. I guess I forgot to grab them. And that's going to act as a handle for a little drawer where the tables are. So with the item frame, we'll have it just right here, and then we'll have the birch trap door and flip it around so now it looks like a drawer. We'll do it on this side as well. Does it actually matter with flipping? Oh, it doesn't even do anything anymore. So before, in the previous version, before Bedrock, if you would place this, it would be more towards the bottom of the item frame, and if you flip it around, it'll be more towards the top, but now it's right in the center. So I guess that's fine, we can just leave it like that, we don't even have to flip it over anymore. So, let me go ahead and use the skeleton skulls, and I'll have these just like this as a little extra decoration to fill in where the shelves are. We'll have just a lantern in between those. We'll have a flower pot here at the bottom. We'll fill these in with the flowers. Let me grab the other one. So that back wall is done. We'll head to the tables. We'll just have maybe a wither skeleton skull there, a regular one there. And then we'll have an end rod and a gray concrete block so it looks like a lamp, like that. And then on top of the rest of, or actually I think I just had, let's do something like this. With these skulls like that. I don't think I had any other decorations. Nope. So we'll do that. Okay, and then here at the end, we'll fill in a flower pot with a fern. Okay. And that is everything for this living room. So this gives you a little extra idea you could possibly do for your living room for your build. Here is the plot size for living room number 2. So it's going to be a 17 by 16 block space. Now keep in mind where you see that white concrete, that's what we're going to be placing the interior walls on top of. So all of the grass space within this shape is the actual space needed for the room itself. So I gathered up all the blocks I'm going to be using for the construction of the room. So make sure to grab some white concrete, gray concrete, chiseled quartz blocks, black stained glass, light gray concrete, iron trap doors, sea lanterns, and smooth quartz stairs. So I'm going to start at the side where the doorway leading into the living room is going to be. Now keep in mind, I'm going to be doing just the same doorway that I used for the original versions. So you probably wouldn't have this wide of a doorway, so just go ahead and make the doorway how wide you actually need it for your build. So I'm going to be starting with the white concrete, and I'm going to go here at the corner, place 2. We'll do the same on this side. And then I'm going to go all the way around the sides and the back and continue with the white concrete. So I'm going to have 2 layers of white concrete, a layer of chiseled quartz, and then 4 layers of gray concrete on top of that. So I'm just bringing up all of the interior walls. So I brought up all those walls, it's looking like this so far. Now I'm going to switch back to the white concrete and shape out where the door frame is going to be. So just on each side, I'm going to place 5 going up. And then I'm just going to bring this from one side to the other. And then I'll have 2 layers of the gray concrete on top of this. Now with your white concrete, let's go ahead and fill in the ceilings. So just go at the same layer as the top layer of the gray concrete here. So just the top layer of your walls. And just fill all of this in with white concrete. So now the ceilings are filled in with white concrete. Now the final thing I like to do is just double up all my walls, so I'm going to add an additional layer on the outside here where the door frame is. And then I'm going to go all the way around this entire room with the gray concrete and just add an extra layer, just like how I did it here at the original version. So that way your exterior walls are a different block than the interior walls. So the interior walls are pretty much like a wallpaper for the inside, and then the outside is pretty much like the exterior of the building. So I'm going to go all the way around starting here. Just work my way all the way around towards the sides and the back. And I'm going to bring this all the way up, and then I'll top it all off with an extra layer at the top. So I'm bringing this all the way up, until I'm one block above this wall here, and then I'm covering up the entire top. Okay, I went ahead and did the entire exterior of the room. Uh-oh, I think I might have accidentally deleted this block. Okay, there we go. Now let's go ahead and fill in the floors. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use some light gray concrete. Let me add a couple lights in here so we can see a little bit better. There we go. So with the light gray concrete, I'm gonna start here at the same layer as the exterior wall, like that. I'm going to work my way all the way in, delete all this, and replace it with the light gray concrete. The floors are now all filled in. So we have a couple windows that I just want to add, and some skylights. Then we have the crown molding, and then we could head on to the actual furnishings of the room. So I'm gonna look at the left and right side. I'll start over here at the left. Make sure you have your black stained glass. We're gonna skip over 2 spaces, and then we'll go ahead from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. Or actually, we're gonna have crown molding right here, so just leave an extra space here at the top, and then we'll delete the extra layer here on the exterior. Okay. So we have that hole, that's going to be a window from floor to ceiling. We'll go ahead over here towards the back side, skip over 2 again, and just do the same thing. So bring it up until there's 1 space remaining. Then we'll go ahead and do the same for the exterior. Okay, make sure you have your light gray concrete. We'll delete these 4 blocks here on the floor, replace it. Same with this side. And then with your black stained glass, we'll go on the exterior side, and just fill all of this in. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now, we have 2 windows on each side, making it a total of 4. Now let's do the skylights. So just head to any corner up here at the ceiling, and I just want to skip over 3 blocks diagonally. So we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. So starting at the 4th block, we just want to go ahead and carve out a 3x3 square. We skipped over 1, 2, 3 from the corner, and then we pretty much just, you could cut out 3 diagonally, and then just shape it out to a square. That's 3x3. So I'll do it again in this corner. So I'm going to skip over 3, and then starting at the 4th corner, I'll do 1, 2, and 3, and then you just want to shape this out so it's a 3x3 square. So, if you look at this wall here, we're 3 spaces away from it. We look at this wall, 3 spaces away from it. Let's do the same on this side. Let's go ahead and carve out the extra layer of the gray concrete on the exterior. And on that layer, we're going to be replacing it with the black stained glass. And that looks good. Now, let's go ahead and use our sea lanterns and iron trap doors just to add a couple lights here in the ceiling. So just right down the middle, we'll have one there and right there, and cover those up with the iron trap doors. I'll delete all these, we don't really need them anymore. And now we do have the smooth quartz stairs for the crown molding, but I'm actually not going to do that quite just yet. Let's go ahead and start doing some of the furnishings and the fireplace. So I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using for the interior furnishings for living room number 2. So be sure to go ahead and grab some gray concrete, smooth quartz slabs, gray carpet and light gray carpet, as well as white carpet, sea lanterns, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz blocks, item frames, iron trapdoors, light gray concrete, end rods, netherrack, flint and steel, skeleton skull, wither skeleton skull, a bunch of flowers of your choice, and then a birch trapdoor. So I'm going to start by doing the fireplace here at the back wall first. So be sure to grab the light gray concrete, the netherrack, and the flint and steel, and then just make sure, just in case, that you do have fire spread turned off. So, with the light gray concrete, I'm just going to make sure I'm right down the center, and I'm going to place 5. So you should still see 5 spaces on each side, so we're right down the middle. Now let's just go ahead and bring this all the way up to the ceiling, so just have a strip of 1 on each side. And then we'll leave this space empty here, and everything above that we'll continue working our way up and filling it in. Okay, now carve out this space here, as well as the exterior wall behind that. Now, this space here, we're going to replace with the netherrack. And then we'll go up where this chiseled quartz is, delete that, as well as the white concrete on each side, and the other chiseled quartz block right there in the corner. Now with your light gray concrete, replace these 2 blocks here on each side. And then you see where this gray concrete is. We'll go ahead and delete that. So now this entire back wall is all filled in with light gray, so make sure you have your flint and steel. We'll light that. And there we go, we have the fireplace at the back side of the wall. Now let's go ahead and do the table that's right in the center of the room where the couches wrap around. So grab your smooth quartz slabs. You could also grab, I actually forgot to grab the flower pot, so let me go ahead and get that. And then I'll also use a fern. So make sure you have your smooth quartz slabs. We're going to line up where the fireplace is. So just go right down the middle and we'll skip over 5 spaces. So now we skipped over 5, so starting on the 6th block, we'll place a smooth quartz slab right there. Off to the left and the right, we'll place another one so it's 3 blocks wide, lined up with the fireplace. And then we'll go ahead and do another 2 on each side, and 1 right there in the middle. And then we'll have 2 more right there. Have a flower pot and a fern, so now we have a 3x3 table right here, with an extra layer in the middle, with a little flower pot. And, like I said, this is now 5 spaces away from that fireplace. Now, let's mark out where the couches are going to be. So have your gray concrete and smooth quartz slabs. We'll start with the gray, and we'll line up here at the left side of this table. We'll skip over 1 space, so starting here, we'll place 2 gray concrete blocks like that. And then we'll work our way over towards the right and place another 5. Okay, and now starting here, we'll go ahead and place another 5, working our way towards the doorway. So now we're lined up with the edge of the table there. We'll bring that in 1 block. And now we have the overall shape of the couch done. Let's fill in all the space here with the slabs. And there we go. Just an L-shaped couch like that. And we'll do the same thing over here in this corner. So we're going to skip over 1 space. So we're starting here. We're lined up at the edge of the table. And just the same thing. So we're placing 2 there. Over towards the left, we'll place another 5. And then we'll work this all the way towards the edge of the table there. And then we'll bring it in. Slabs right in the middle. And now we have the couches, the table, and the fireplace all done. Next up, I'm going to have a table on each side of the fireplace here at the back wall. So make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs as well as the slabs. And we'll just have a stair on each side, like on its side like that, with a slab right in the middle. As simple as that. We'll do the same on this side. Now, grab your item frame and we'll place it on top of, like on the side of the slab right there. And then I'll grab the birch trapdoor and I'll just fill that in where the item frame is. So now it just looks like a handle to a drawer. Next, let's grab the end rod and the light gray concrete. We'll place it right in the center of the table, so it looks like some lamps right here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and have a flower pot on the inner side. And then you could just add whichever flower you want, so I'm gonna go ahead and do maybe these two here. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll grab the two skeleton skulls. I'll maybe just add the wither one there and the regular one there. So that's cool. Let's do the carpet for the floor right around the couches. So I'm gonna be sure to grab the sea lanterns and then the 3 carpets that we're gonna be using. I'm going to pretty much just carve out a square that is 1 block further than the couches. So I'll start here and just work my way all the way in. Make sure this is 1 block further than the edge of that couch. Bring it all the way to this side. And wrap it around here. And back to where we started. So now we have a square that is just all the way around the edge of the couches. I'll continue cutting out the rest of the light gray concrete here in the middle. And then what we're going to do is just fill in all of this space with the sea lanterns, and this will be the main light source for this living room. So that's all filled in. Now you could just do a cool little pattern with the carpet. So I'll maybe just start with the light gray, have it starting here in this corner. And you can just have this however you like. I'll maybe bring it over and I'll probably just leave it like that. Now I'm going to use the gray, have it over here. Okay. Maybe a little bit more up here. And then maybe some more light gray. And then the rest of it will have white. Alright. And I think that looks fine. You know what? We should have a little bit more white carpet. Oh, we do have that there. But yeah, I think we should maybe bring it in to right here. Make it more evened out. There we go, I like that. Okay, so that's taken care of. We have a shelf over there on that side and that side. Some shelves here in the corners. And then we have the crown molding. And then that is it for this living room. So let's do the slabs in each corner. So I'm going to grab these smooth quartz slabs. And then the flower pots. And we'll maybe just use the pink tulip and the orange tulip, and then we'll also be using the skeleton skulls. So with these smooth quartz slabs, we'll have maybe one right there, and one right there. So at the top side of the blocks, as you can see. Now, let's have the flower pot with the tulip, and then we'll just have the skeleton skull on the top shelf. We'll do the same on this side. And that looks good. Now we have the shelves on each side right in the middle in between these windows. Now we're going to be using smooth quartz stairs, the smooth quartz blocks, and the iron trap doors to shape out the shelves. So we'll start with the smooth quartz stairs. And we just want to make sure we leave one space on each side. So we're going in 1 block. Starting here, just have a quartz stair on its side like that facing up. On top of that, we'll have an upside down one. On top of that, we'll go ahead and have another upward one. And then upside down after that. Now, let's have smooth quartz blocks right up here. Actually, just 2. And then here at the top is going to be 4. So we have 1 on each side, and then the layer of 4 at the top. And then we'll have 2 stairs side by side here at the top, as well as the bottom. Okay, and overall that is the shelf. Now we just have to add our iron trap doors. We'll place these, we'll have it right there at the top layer of the chiseled quartz blocks, or if you want, you can maybe have it right here. It's all up to you, but I'm gonna have it here more towards the top. And then let's do the same on this side. And then up here on top of the shelves, I don't think we could add a flower pot. Maybe, let's see. No, we can't, but we could have the skeleton. Oh wait, hang on. I think I have to crouch. Let me go ahead and maybe do something like this. Could we have the flower pot now? No, okay, so we have to crouch, and we'll have these skeleton skulls like that. And then I'll go over here on this side. I'll just do pretty much like the same thing. Crouch, have it there and there. And then at the bottom, we'll have some flower pots. And you can just use whichever flowers you want. So that's all good. Okay, so now the last thing we have left to do is the crown molding. So make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs. We'll just start here in the corner. We'll place it like this. And then once we meet up at the edge of this shelf here, we'll just curve it and wrap it around the edge. Bring this all the way to the other corner and into the fireplace. And once again, just bring it out and around the fireplace and then back in. Same on this side. And that will connect it back to where we started. Okay, now the final thing, we just want to be sure to grab the full blocks of quartz, and we'll replace the gray concrete here with the blocks of quartz so it just flows a little bit better with the crown molding. So we have the quartz here and the quartz there, just looks a little bit neater instead of having the gray concrete right there. So I'll go ahead and replace all of this space above the windows. Okay, and there we go. So this living room is now done. So here's the plot size for living room number 3. So you're going to need an 18 by 13 block area. Now keep in mind where that white concrete is, that's where we're going to be placing the interior walls on top of. So all of the grass space within the shape is the space that's actually going to be needed for the room itself. So I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using for the construction of the room. So make sure to grab some gray concrete, white concrete, light gray concrete, chiseled quartz blocks, spruce wood planks, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, white stained glass panes, iron trap doors, and end rods. So I'm going to be starting at the side where the doorway leading into the living room is going to be. And keep in mind, I will be having my doorway just as wide as how I had the original versions. So as you can see here, this doorway is pretty wide. So for your build, if you don't need that wide of a doorway, then just add a doorway that's going to fit your needs. So in this case, I'm just going to be using the light gray concrete starting out. And I'm going to go on each side and just place 2 starting in the corner. Okay, now I'm going to go around the sides. We won't worry about the back, but just the sides. And we're going to have more light gray. So we'll just stop it right there. And then we'll have an additional layer of light gray on top of that. And then a layer of chiseled quartz. And then 4 layers of white concrete. So we're just bringing up all of the walls. So, we have it looking like this so far. Here at the back wall, we'll be sure to use our gray concrete. Completely fill all of this in. There we go. Now let's mark out where the door frame is going to be. So make sure you have your gray concrete. We'll bring up 5 blocks on each side. And then we'll just bring the top all the way from one side to the other. And then with the white concrete, we'll add 2 additional layers here at the top. Now let's fill in our ceilings. So make sure you have your light gray concrete. We'll just go at the top layer of our walls here and just fill all of this in. The ceilings are filled in, so that looks good. Now, one thing that I like to do for my builds is just double up all my walls. That way you could have a different block on the interior than the exterior. So I'm just going to leave it simple and just double up my doorway with the gray concrete, and then I'll go all around the outside with white concrete. So gray concrete on the outside, we'll add an extra layer. And then with the white concrete, I'll just start here and just wrap this all the way around. And I'm just going to bring this all the way up until I'm 1 block higher than our walls here. So I'm bringing it all the way up until I'm 1 block above here, and then we'll add an additional layer here at the top. So the entire exterior is all taken care of. Let's head on to the inside, and I'm actually just going to add a few lights. I have the end rod. Oh, hang on. I have the end rods right here, so I'll just go ahead and add a few of these so we have a little bit of light in here. So now I'm going to just delete all of the grass and this little strip of white concrete and replace it with our floors, which is going to be the spruce wood planks. So I'll start here, and then I'll just work my way all the way in. So this is what it is looking like so far. Let's carve out the space for the windows that we're going to have on each side, so make sure you have your white stained glass panes. I'll leave 1 space here at the left, I'll carve out 3, as well as the extra layer on the exterior, and we'll replace that with the glass. Over here at the back side, we want to make sure to skip over 2 spaces, so we're on this 3rd block, and we'll do the same thing here. Alright. And now for this side as well. So we have those windows taken care of. And now I'll go ahead and mark out where the crown molding is going to be. And after that, we'll head on to the furnishings. So make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs. We're also going to be using the smooth quartz slabs. And we'll look over here at the wall where the doorway is first. Make sure you have your stairs. And we'll place them upside down here at the top. So that is the start of the crown molding, and then we'll bring it along each side until we are remaining with 1 space here at the back. So we're not bringing it all the way back, we're leaving 1 space. We're just going to have this right along to the other side, and then connect it back to where we started. Alright, so it's all filled in like that, leaving 1 space here at the back. Now, make sure you have your smooth quartz slabs, and we'll look at the sides. And we'll just skip over 2 spaces in between each of these stairs. So we have 2 spaces there, we have 2 spaces in between the slabs in the middle, and 2 spaces there. And we'll just bring this all the way from one side to the other. Alright, and then right down the middle, we just want to make sure there's 4 spaces. So it'll be right there, and right there. So 4 spaces, 4, and 4. We'll bring this all the way to the other side. Now where each one of these slabs connect, let's just delete the block right in the middle. And we're pretty much going to be forming a square. So we'll fill in each corner with a slab like that. We'll do the same here. And for this side. Now in each one of those squares, we're going to just have a white stained glass pane. And then from that, we're going to hang an end rod and an iron trap door. So first, I'm just going to place all the end rods. Just like this. And then underneath that, I'll grab the iron trap doors. We'll have them right underneath the end rods. And then one little thing that I like to do is just flip around the end rods. So this end here looks like it's connected to the trap door. So actually, I think we have to crouch. So we're going to have to crouch, so I'm just going to delete that block there. And place it like that. So now that end looks like it's actually connected to the trapdoor. I just think it looks a little bit better like that. So I'll replace that block, and then we'll do the same thing here. So just pretty much stand on the trapdoor, crouch, and place the end rod. So now that is taken care of, let's delete this extra light here. And we can now head on to the furnishings. So I'll just delete all these blocks from my inventory, and I'll gather up all the blocks for the furnishings next. So I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using here for the furnishings of living room number 3. So be sure to grab some smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, smooth quartz blocks, gray concrete, white, light gray, and gray carpet, sea lanterns, black concrete, stone buttons, iron trapdoors, end rods, wither and regular skeleton skulls, lantern, music disc, item frame, and then just a bunch of the flowers of your choice. So I'm going to start with the cutouts on the walls in between the windows on each side. So we're going to be using the stairs and slabs. So we'll start with the stairs, and we just want to make sure to leave one space away from each window on each side. So we'll carve out 4 in the middle, and we'll pretty much just delete all of this all the way up to we meet up where that chrome molding is. Okay, so it's looking like that. We'll do the same on this side. Alright, now with your quartz stairs, we'll just have one on its side on each end, and then 2 slabs in the middle. And then at the bottom, we're just going to be using the stairs, and we're pretty much just connecting them all together. So I'll have a stair like that, and like that. So one facing up, and then upside down. We'll do the same on this side. And then in the middle, we'll just pretty much curve them all together. So we have the 2 at the bottom like that, and then upside down at the top. Alright, same on this side. So regular like that, upside down, regular upside down, 2 upside down, and 2 up at the bottom. Okay, so there we go. We have the cutouts all looking good. We'll just leave them like that. We won't worry about the decorations just yet. Let's go ahead and focus on the back wall next. So here for the back wall, we're just going to be using all of our quartz blocks. So we'll start with the stairs. We'll head on over here towards the right. We'll just have 2 stairs side by side here at the bottom. We'll do the same on this side. Now at the top, we'll also do the same. So starting here, 1 block below is the crown molding. We'll have 2 sideways like that. Okay, let's grab the full blocks of quartz, and we'll place them just going straight up and down, right down the sides of these stairs. And then with our smooth quartz slabs, we'll just go at the top layer of these blocks right here in the middle. So you can see we're lined up at the top edge of the chiseled quartz here. And then we'll do the same on this side. So that's just a little shelf. So this is what it's looking like so far. Now what we're going to do on the side of each one of those pillars of the full blocks, we're just going to do the same thing that we did at this side. So the stairs at the bottom and at the top. And then these slabs in the middle at the same layer like that. And now we'll grab our full blocks of quartz, and we're just going to bring this down until we are left with 1 space here at the bottom. So we're not bringing it all the way down to the floor this time, we're just leaving 1 extra space down there. So now, we're pretty much going to have these stairs and slabs that I'm going to have here, which the TV is going to be sitting on top of, which will be right here. And then we just have a little shelf pretty much right above the TV. And real quick, I'm going to have a full block of quartz on each side there. Up here, I'm going to have some lights, which will shine down on the shelf that'll be right above the TV. So this is what it's looking like so far. With your smooth quartz stairs, we'll just have a sideways one right underneath those full blocks of quartz. And then we're just going to be curving together some quartz stairs right here in the middle. So I have one... Here, let me go ahead and just place one like that, and then there. So do the same on this side. Okay, so it's looking like this. And then right in the middle, we'll just curve these all together. So we have a stair on each side, and then we have 4 here in the middle, which all curve together, but we have this little gap in between them. Okay, now with your black concrete, we'll have a total of 8 to mark out where the TV is. Above that, we'll have 4 upside down quartz stairs. And then we'll carve out these light gray concrete blocks up here at the top, replace that with sea lanterns. And we'll cover those sea lanterns up with the iron trap doors. Let's also grab our stone button for the TV. So we'll cover that up. And then the stone button right here at the corner for the TV. So this is what we have so far, and like I said, we'll worry about the decorations last. So now let's go ahead and we'll mark out where the couches are going to be. That's pretty much the last thing that we have left. So let's mark out the couches, make sure you have your gray concrete. We'll head here towards the left first. We're going to be lined up here at the edge of the cutout, leaving 3 spaces away from it, so starting at the 4th block. We'll place 5 gray concrete blocks going towards the front door, or pretty much like the doorway. And then, working our way over towards the right from this side, we'll place another 4. So it's just a 5 by 5 L shape like that with the gray concrete. And now we'll line up with that cutout. We'll skip over 3 spaces. So we're starting at the 4th. And we're just going to place 6 blocks here. And we'll curve out each end. So now this is 6 blocks in total, and it's lined up with the cutout. Let's go ahead and grab the smooth quartz slabs. We'll fill in this couch, so that couch is all done. Over here is going to be a little bit different, so I'm going to wrap around the edge here. Then we'll bring it in. We'll work this over to this side and wrap it around there. And then we'll go ahead and just add an extra layer like that. Okay, so that looks good. We'll have a table right here in the middle with just some slabs, so 4 slabs like that. Now let's carve out a rectangle around the edge of the couches. So I'll start here, just 1 space further than the edge of the couch. We'll go all the way towards this side, wrap it around, and back to over here. Delete all of the wood in the middle. And we're going to be replacing this hole with the sea lanterns, and this will be our main light source for this living room. And now we'll be using the carpet, so the white, gray, and light gray. You can just have this pattern however you like. I'll start maybe with the gray over here. And maybe, here we'll bring this in, and maybe even replace that. There we go, that's better. Alright, so we have a cool pattern with the carpet now. And you know what, let's have a little bit more light gray here. Yeah, that's good, okay. So now, you can see how empty all the walls look. We pretty much just have to do all of our decorations. So I'll just clear all of that. And then I'll grab the end rod, we need the item frame and the disc, and then I'll also grab the gray concrete. So, the item frames will just have 2 on each side of the TV, with a disc inside of these, so it looks like the speakers for the TV. And then I'll have an end rod, with a gray concrete block there, so it looks like a lamp. We'll do the same on this side. Okay. And we could just clear, yeah, we could clear that now. And then let me get rid of that button. And now we're just using, oh, whoops. We are using all of the skulls, the flowers, and the lanterns. So, we'll just have maybe a skeleton skull there, a wither one there, and then oh, oh man, I forgot again to grab a flower pot. There we go. Alright, so we'll have a flower pot on each side. And I'll just maybe use that one and that one. And then maybe this and that. Okay, so that's all done. And now we have the main wall here. So I'll just have, let me grab the lanterns first. And I'll maybe just have one right there and there. We'll do the same on this side. And I think that'll be fine. And then we'll go ahead and have maybe a skull on the top. And you know what? Let's do 2 more lanterns here at the bottom, so it's just not overfilled with the flower pots. Alright, and then just have whichever flowers you want here. And I don't think I used... Oh, I'll use this one. So we're not actually using the fern in my case. Okay. Oh, you know what? Up here at the top we could. So I'll just have 2 skulls in the middle, flower pot on each end. And then I'll just use the white tulip and the fern. Okay. So now this living room is all done. So that'll be it here for living room number 3. Here's the plot size for living room number 4. So you're going to need an 18 by 14 block space. Now keep in mind where that orange concrete is, that's what I'm going to be placing the interior walls on top of. So all of the grass space within this shape is the space that's actually going to be needed for the room itself. So I gathered up all the blocks I'm going to be using for the construction of the room. So make sure to grab some pillar quartz blocks, stone buttons, orange concrete, white concrete, chiseled quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz blocks, black stained glass, some orange terracotta, sea lanterns, iron trap doors, white stained glass panes, jungle wood planks, and then red terracotta and yellow terracotta. So I'm going to be starting at the front side, so where the doorway leading into the living room is going to be. Now keep in mind, I'm going to have the original doorway that I had for the original room. So as you can see here, this is about how wide the doorway is going to be. So if you don't need a doorway this wide for your room, then just make it as wide as you actually need it for your build. But I'm going to be starting with the white concrete. I'll head on over on each side at the corner and just place 2. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring these along the side. And I'm going to leave the back all empty for now, because that's when we're going to be using the terracotta blocks. So just leave it empty. And now I'm going to have another layer of white concrete on top of this. And then we'll have a layer of the chiseled quartz. And then 4 layers of orange concrete after that. So we're just bringing up all of the walls. And then at the back, let's just go ahead and grab all of the terracotta blocks. And I'm just going to be pretty much adding a little mixed up pattern here at the back. So it looks like, it's kind of like a backsplash behind the shelves and the TV for this back wall. So you could do this if you like, or you could just maybe have the walls as they are on the sides if you find that to be a little bit easier, or if you like that more. But I'll start with maybe some of the... Or let's see, what is this? The orange terracotta. So I'll have some orange terracotta right there. Maybe I'll have some yellow, some red. And I'm just going to be using these 3 colors and just mixing it all up. So for me, this is what my back wall is looking like. Now I'm going to switch to my pillar quartz blocks and start shaping out the door frame. So I'll bring up 4 on each side. And the 5th block is going to be a corner block. So I'll just do something like that so we can see the inside of the block like that. Okay, and then we'll just have the sideways ones all the way from one side to the other. So it looks like this. And then I'll go from the inside and I'll cover up the corners like that with a stone button. We won't worry about the outside just yet because I'm going to be doubling up the walls. So with your orange concrete, add 2 layers right on top of the doorway here. And then grab the white concrete and fill in your ceilings. So we have the ceilings filled in with white concrete like that. Now let's go ahead and double up our walls. So I'll grab the pillar quartz block, and here on the outside, just add an extra layer where this doorway is. Alright, the reason I'm doubling up the walls is just so we have whichever color and pattern that we want here for the inside we can have, and then on the outside it's not going to be the same. So you can see here, this is all white concrete, but on the inside we have a cool pattern that looks like wallpaper. Alright, so here on the outside I'll just grab the orange concrete. I'll go all the way around the edge and just fill all of this in. Okay, so I went one block all the way around the edge there, and now I'm just going to bring this all the way up into our one block above our ceilings here, and then I'll fill in an entire layer here at the top, so it's all going to be solid orange concrete on the exterior. Before I forget, let me just add a stone button here on the corners on the exterior. And there we go. Now, let's fill in our floors, but before we do that, let's just get a little bit of light in here. So I'll just have a few sea lanterns. There we go. So I'm going to start here at the exterior wall lined up here on the outside. And then we'll work our way all the way in and replace the floors here with the jungle wood planks. So we have the floors filled in, we have our ceilings, we have all of our walls. Okay, now be sure to grab your black stained glass, white stained glass paints, sea lanterns, iron trapdoors, smooth quartz stairs, the smooth quartz blocks, and I actually forgot to grab some smooth quartz slabs, so be sure to have those as well. We'll head on over here at the right, we'll carve out a window, so make sure you have your white stained glass paints. We'll skip over 2 spaces, we'll carve out 3 here, and then the extra layer on the outside. We'll do the same on this side. Like that, and then we'll skip over 1 space and carve out 4 right here in the middle. And now on the outside, we'll have the layer where our white stained glass paints are going to be. So this will be a big window over here. And actually at the original version, I did not have a window on the other side. Normally I would have a window like that, and then another one exactly the same way on that side, but I didn't actually do that. Okay, now let's do the crown molding, so make sure to have your smooth quartz stairs. We'll start at the side where the doorway is. Just add upside down quartz stairs along the top, and then we'll push this all the way towards the back until we are left with 1 space here. Okay, so now we just have an empty space here. Connect this back to where we started. So now we just have some quartz stairs all along the top. Now with your quartz slabs, we'll go on these sides and just have a slab right down the middle. Like, oh, hang on, it completely messed up here. There we go. So just slabs like that. And now we'll look at the back wall, and we just want to make sure to have a space of 4. So we have 4 right there, we're gonna have 4 in the middle, and then 4 over here at the right. Alright, that will bring this to the wall where the doorway is. And let's go ahead and actually grab our sea lanterns. We'll take care of this right now. We'll have 4 where each of these white concrete spaces are in each corner. So ignore the ones in the middle, we're just going here in the corners. And that will cover up the sea lanterns with the iron trapdoors. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. We'll delete these, we don't need them anymore. And then we're going to have some skylights here in the ceiling. So we'll delete our layer of white concrete as well as the layer of orange concrete. And then on the layer of the orange concrete is where we're going to be placing the black stained glass. So we'll fill that in. And then one final thing I want to do is just replace all that white concrete with these full blocks of quartz. So you can see here, it just looks a little bit weird having the quartz here and then some white concrete, and I just think it looks better having it all solid quartz like that, as you can see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and replace this right here in the middle, and then the other sides. And there we go, the ceiling is all done. We have the window over there. We're not going to have a window on that side unless you want one so it matches. That's up to you. You could easily have one there. I'm just not going to worry about it. Switch it up a bit. So, that is everything for the construction of the room. I'll go ahead and just clear all of this. And then we'll head on to the furnishings. So I'll gather up all those blocks next. So, I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using for the furnishings here in living room number 4. So be sure to grab some smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz slabs, and smooth quartz stairs. And then yellow, red, and orange terracotta, black concrete, yellow carpet, end rods, sea lanterns, birch trap doors, wither skeleton skull and a regular skeleton skull, iron trap doors, a music disc, a flower pot, item frame, stone button, orange carpet and brown carpet, and then a bunch of flowers of your choice. So we're going to look at this back wall first and start by doing the shelves, and we're going to have a TV back here. So we'll be using all of our quartz blocks. Start with the smooth quartz stairs. We'll head to the right here first, and we'll have a stair on its side like that, and then curving into it, we'll have a slab, and then a stair there, and a stair on its side. So we have 2 stairs curving together on each side and then a slab in the middle. We'll do the same over here. In the middle, we'll just have 2 quartz stairs side by side on each end. And then 2 slabs in the middle. Now let's grab our full blocks of the smooth quartz. And we'll go right on top of this stair here. And we'll place 5 going up. Like that. We'll do the same on this side, so right here. Okay. Now on each end, right above this section, we're just going to have kind of like a little arch. So we'll have a full block. And then we'll have a slab underneath. We'll have a stair on the side of each one of those full blocks. And then a slab there. We'll do the same on this side. Alright, let's mark out where the TV is going to be, so make sure you have your black concrete. We'll have a total of 8. We'll have upside down quartz stairs above the TV, so it's like a little shelf. And then we're going to carve out this white concrete up here. We'll replace that with sea lanterns. Get rid of that glowstone, I did not mean to grab that. So we'll replace that with the sea lanterns, we'll cover it up with the iron trap doors. We'll also grab our item frame, the stone button, and the music disc. So up here, fill that in with 4 sea lanterns, covered up with the trap doors. We'll have our stone button here at the corner of the TV. And then we'll have a total of 4 item frames, so 2 on each side. We'll fill that in with a music disc. So this is what we have for this wall so far. Now let's continue adding the rest of our decorations here on the shelves. So we'll just have a couple lamps. So I'm just going to have an end rod right here in the middle. And then just a yellow carpet on top of that. Now we'll grab the birch trap door. We also need the skulls. And then, so we'll grab the flower pot and we'll do the flowers in a second. So first, I just had a couple skeleton skulls on each side of the lamps. And then I had a drawer right here where this slab is. So grab an item frame and then fill in a birch trap door inside of that. So it looks like a handle for a drawer. Alright. Now let's grab the flower pot. We'll have just 2 right here in the middle. We'll have a couple more skeleton skulls. Okay. And I'm actually going to replace, or like flip these around. Like that. So now we have that darker one there, we have the lighter one there, we have the darker one there, and the lighter one there. Just looks a little bit better. It's like a pattern. Okay. And then let's grab the flowers. So maybe just these two here. Okay, we have the light up there. Yep. Alright. So there we go. We have the back wall all done. Looking good. We have a couple tables on each side. And then our couches in the middle. So let's do the table where the window, where the wall is first. So I'm just going to have a quartz stair on each side. Lined up with the center of the window here. We'll have some slabs in between those. And then we'll have an end rod right here. Yellow carpet on top of that. And then just a flower pot with maybe a fern. And that'll be it for that table. We'll head on over to this side. Let me grab some full blocks of quartz. I'll just swap out the sea lantern for now. And I just want to have 2 tables and then a table in the middle. So it's going to be 2 quartz stairs on their side like that. We'll do the same right here. And then right down the middle, just 3 blocks of quartz. We'll go ahead, we'll just have a lamp right here in the middle. Let me grab the birch trap doors. We'll cover up the full blocks of quartz. So now that just looks like a little storage area. Skeleton skulls right here in the middle. We don't really have any other decorations, so we'll just have some flower pots on top of these small tables here. And we'll fill it in with all of these tulips and maybe this one here. That's all taken care of, so now we just have the last thing, which is the couches right in the middle. So let's start by marking out the table right in the middle, which the couches are going to be around. So we'll go ahead and skip over 2 spaces from where the TV is. So we're starting on the 3rd block. We're placing 6 slabs right there. Then let's go 2 spaces away from the table. And we'll go ahead and have the yellow terracotta right there. And then on the other side, we'll maybe just use the orange. We'll have a small chair right there. And then 2 spaces away from this table here at the back. So it's actually going to be 3. And we'll have the red. Yeah, we'll have a red couch right here. It's going to be 6. So like that. And then we'll bring it in. So now we have a couch there. We'll fill all this in. So now you can see we have 2 spaces there, 2 spaces there, and 2 spaces there. Okay. Now the final thing we have left to do, we're going to carve out a square around the edge of the couches. We'll fill it in with sea lanterns, and then we'll cover it up with our carpet. So I'll start right here. We're just going to be 1 block of space all the way around each couch. So right here. Over here. This side and back to where we started. Let's delete all of the wood in the middle. We'll replace it with our sea lanterns. Alright. So we have all that filled in. Now let's grab our carpet. I'll maybe start with the yellow over here. And that looks good. So now this living room is all done. Okay guys, that's gonna be it here for this video on how to do these 4 living room designs. So if this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.